Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what's coming to Scum in 1.0. And yes, I know I told a lot of my community that 1.0 is only coming out at the end of next year, but it looks to me personally like plans have changed. I thought they would at least announce it that 1.0 is only coming out at the end of next year. But if I see we've never had such a long break as we have right now, and I just want to tell you guys what's coming, in my opinion, to 1.0. If I go and look at the subreddits and I go and look at all the, all the information out there, a lot of it is pointing to 1.0. So we've seen this picture in the past, the spaceship, okay, that's going to be over a trader zone or over military points of interest, or it's going to be over something and it will be able to shoot at you. I don't know how they're going to implement it, but this ship, I feel, is coming to 1.0. Another big thing that's coming to 1.0 that's coming in the next very big update is these Tech 1 super soldiers. Okay. I don't know how exactly they're going to implement them, but I feel this is a very, very big part of what's coming in the next big update. I don't really know how they're going to implement this. I don't know if there's only going to be super soldiers. All I know is we're sitting with a combination of the spaceships, these Tech 1 soldiers. We've got other soldiers that aren't as armored or as geared as these soldiers. I don't really know how they're going to implement them, like where we're going to encounter them, but at least they have like showcased lower security soldiers like this. But I mean, the main thing that they're going to release the next big update on is the spaceship, is the super soldiers. I don't know if these soldiers are going to be in there, but I mean, the trailer clearly showcases the super soldier, the Tech 1 super soldier, and the trailer showcases other soldiers. Now, I first of all thought this was part of the quest system, but it's not. This is just a cinematic. This is what we're going to see in the trailer. So clearly we can see the Tech 1 soldier in the trailer, and then, other soldiers as well. So that's what's in the trailer. And the trailer is going to showcase the next big thing. In the trailer, they usually showcase what's coming in the big update. So you can clearly see they're working on the ships that is going to shoot at us. You can clearly see the Tech 1 soldiers are in the trailer, physically in the trailer. They are working on the ship. You see other soldiers. I don't know if that's low security soldiers. And then the second big thing about, I don't know if this is only coming in the 1.0 update. I think the quads are maybe coming before the big patch, before 1.0. This might come in a small patch. And if you guys were thinking it's just you that gets fatal errors, no, even the developers get fatal errors. But we're getting back to quads, which is very, very exciting. This is just a trailer, a nice showcase of the quad. If I look at the framework, of course, it's going to be modular. I feel for them to bring out the quad, like there's something at the back. You guys can see there's a rack at the back, okay? I feel for them to bring out the quad where it has a major impact on the game is if the modular parts are already there, like if we can upgrade it, if we can add loot space to it, like we saw in previous screenshots. And I'm going to show you an updated screenshot where, possibly that's where the quad can end up. You can still see the yellow. You can see the same seat. If you look at the seat of the quad, it looks the same. You can see the yellow. You can see the rack at the back. The side racks and the front all looks different, but I mean, that's what modular basically does, so the quad could look like this. This could be the final, the max upgradable quad. I don't think it's going to look like the first editions that they showed us, because this screenshot is more recent, than the first ever screenshots they showed us of the quad. And then, of course, except for the quad, the base building, I'm not really interested in the painting. I don't know if the spraying of base parts is going to change anything major for me. I think it can make the base look a bit ridiculous, if a guy goes ape poop Yeah, if you go technicolored, yellow, red, purple, it can make a base look very childish or not immersive. But we'll have to see what people get up to with painting. The biggest thing that I'm interested in is the furniture. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed with the furniture that they're showcasing here, because I feel that's one thing that Scum really lacks is furniture. I feel we can really, it will really help if we're able to craft ovens instead of, we know we can't build inside of assets. So we have to go, just go into the asset to use the oven. It will be great if we can craft ovens, craft fridges instead of finding them. So furniture is definitely a big lacking thing in Scum, but this is what I'm most excited about with the base building improvements is the solid foundations. This, I hope they make the solid foundations HP extremely high, or they give the server owners the option to increase the foundations. Because at the moment, the way the base building works is as soon as you blow up a foundation, the entire base comes crumbling down. The walls, even if you destroy a bottom wall, all the other walls comes down. So this is a great move in the right direction, okay? Definitely for me, it's a great move in the right direction. I'm very excited about the solid foundations, and I'm very excited about these base upgrades. Every time I build a base, the little window is really ridiculous for me. Like the little window that we get is really, really ridiculous. It didn't really add anything. So these bars and half windows and big windows, and of course, you're not going to be able, I presume, you're not going to be able to have glass there, but more options, more options with the base building is really, really good. So I'm very excited about the foundation upgrades and the base part upgrades. Very, very excited about this. And this is a small little thing. They're going to minimize the UI, okay? So like you see there, when your stamina gets low, your stamina is going to highlight. So the UI is going to be very, very, very much cleaner, okay? We don't see the weapon slots at the bottom. Maybe if you click a button, the weapon slot will come up. Like maybe if you press 1, 2, or 3, your primary slot, secondary slot, third slot, maybe the bar comes up at the bottom. I don't know. But this is the other big thing, except for the the Tech 1 soldiers, the quads, and the base building. The quest system is also a big part of the 1.0 update. And I was very excited about the quests. I won't say I'm not excited, but if you pause the video and you read the quests, then it's very, very basic. Although Martin, the developer that they're talking to here, find hiking backpack, take it to the B2 trader. Although it's funny, there isn't a B2 trader. So that's a funny thing. There physically isn't a B2 trader. So it's a work in progress, guys, but very simple things that you have to find. But Martin said the quest will get more complicated. So I think the quest system that you can even get through the cell phones, will be able to get through the cell phones. Very good thing for new players. And you guys know I like focusing on new players. But as an experienced player, I really hope that the quest system can go to like level 10. Let's say this is level 1 for new players. I'd like the quest system to go to level 10. I'd like them to really challenge me with quests, But I mean, we're going to get quests, but don't know if they're still going to use the coins or what they're going to use. But if you pause the video, you will see that the quest system that he's showing is very, very basic. And he's talking about exploits. Like the person who's interviewing him is asking what's the biggest challenge? When you do things on a multiplayer game, and exploits, exploits is a very, very big problem. Even server owners that make different rules, have to look out for these exploits. But I just hope the quest system, I hope they keep working on the quest system. I hope the quest system gets a lot deeper, a lot more complex, because for an experienced player, I don't know, maybe the rewards are big. But he just showcased a very, very simple part of the quest system. But I mean, it is something that we can look forward to. It will help new players. It will give us something to do. And like I say, I hope the quests are much higher level Now, they're working on AI behavior. We don't know what they're doing with the encounter system, guys, but we all know. They know, okay, we have said enough. We have made videos. We have lit the fires underneath them. They know we aren't happy with the encounter system. I keep mentioning it. I'm not fighting with them anymore. But one thing we know is that they cannot ignore it, okay? 1.0, everything that I'm showing you guys that we're getting in 1.0 or before 1.0, although I do believe with all the stars aligning with everything I'm seeing, and the fact that they're taking so long, they're taking very, very long, 1.0 is probably coming out of the end of the year. Don't bet on it. I'm just saying, the way it's feeling at the moment, 1.0 is coming out at the end of the year. Don't know what's coming out before then. But they are working on the puppets, and they can't ignore the encounter system, okay? So just realize that. They cannot ignore the encounter system, guys. None of this means anything if the encounter system isn't fixed at 1.0. They know it, and we know it, okay? And we just have to have faith. We have to have faith. Now, the last thing is they're going to visually upgrade the game quite a bit, because this is what the snow biome looked like. This is what it's going to look like. It's not just the snow and more foliage that's added to the snow. You will see that the trees, and you will see that there's a lot of things. The trees are different. The snow looks different. There's more foliage. So a very big visual upgrade, okay, on the snow biome. And then they revamping the castles as well, redoing the castles. Now, I want you to focus on the bottom here, because this is the main castle. They're redoing the main castle. I forgot what sector it's in, but you guys know it's my favorite sector, close to the airfield. Okay, this is the castle closest to the airfield in B2. Now, it's got that little river, not the river, man, the water around it, but these pictures are a little bit earlier. It was taken a little bit earlier. So the castles are going to be revamped with new models, new detail. Again, just visually, it's going to look nicer. But what I like about this is actually the video that they showed us. The pictures look nice, but the fact that in the video, the castle looks more open, like it's in the middle of the forest, and there isn't like walls around it. It's not as nicely defined as it was previously. It looks more rough, like you're walking through the rough forest, and then you stumble up onto the castle instead of the castle being very open. Like you guys know at the moment, there's a lot of openness around the castle, but they're going to improve the visuals of the castles. They're doing a lot of point of interest revamps, to visually make the game look a lot better. But I actually like the video. I don't know if he's just got the castle on an editor, like in an editor place. Now the guy they showed something there. Okay, you guys might want to pause it. Maybe new looking walls or whatever. But he didn't show that person's screen for nothing, okay? The interviewer, the person talking to all the developers and game buyers, didn't show that screen for nothing. So pause that screen to see what they showed there. But here is all the upgraded assets. But at the end of this, you guys will see that when he goes around showcasing the castle, it looks way more rough. The water, I know there's a word for water around a castle. I just can't remember the word now. But you'll see it's a lot more rough, like rocky. It's not nicely defined like a pavement. It's very rocky. I love the rough look, but I mean the rough look could just be because he's busy with the castle in the editor. It could be just the fact that he's busy in the editor that makes it so rough. But I hope. Look here. Look, it looks like the castles. Look, the river looks rough. Now, everything looks rough. There's still a road around it, but there's no wall, There's a little bit of wall, but that's what I mean. I like this effect on the castle. Like it looks like you're coming directly from the forest and hitting the castle. It looks like the castle is a lot more protected by foliage. The water around it looks way more rough and old and deserted and post-apocalyptic. Check there. Check the rocks. It's not like a pavement. It's rocks. And I'm very, very excited. That looks cool. I'm not excited about it, but that looks cool. And yes, guys, that's it. That is what's coming to 1.0. They haven't showcased anything else, but what I want to tell the developers is you did the trailer, okay, which showcased a lot of puppets. So, and I talked about that. You spawned in the puppets to make the game look exciting. I don't have a problem that you did the trailer with spawned in puppets, but I want you to think about why you guys did that, okay? Why did you spawn in puppets for the trailer? Why did you spawn in puppets when you showcased the abandoned bunkers? Why did you have a very big horde when you showcased the horde system for the first time? Okay? These numbers make a difference to the playing experience. So my final message to the developers is I'm going to be here. We will support you guys, but just understand the reason that you make these trailers so exciting is because the puppets are extremely important. Immersion is extremely important. And you know that you'll never see anything that you're showcasing in the Abandoned Bunker trailer, the Scum trailer, the Horde trailer. You'll never see this on an official server. But there's a reason that you spawned in these puppets and show that to the public, because that's exciting. And I just want you guys to understand that whatever you have to do, immersion and excitement is very, very important. And the puppets are a fundamental part of this game. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, if you're excited about the 1.0 update, click that like button. And yes, click subscribe and the bell button to be notified of future videos. I'm hyped. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. See you later. Cheers.